You wake up from a nightmare. You're all sweaty as if you've just had a terrible fever. As you go to the bathroom to wash your face off that terrible fever dream, you are unable to grasp reality from your dream. Then you hear it. That fucking phone sound. It makes you realize that you were not dreaming, and yesterday was in fact reality. You have committed horrors that are way beyond anyone's imaginations. Did you do it for fun? Or did you do it because you were told to do so? Or did you do it for something to gain? Or simply, do you like hurting other people? Greetings everyone! Today we are talking about a game that shook the very foundation of the indie game market. A game that is so infamous that is still being talked about to this day. This game is none other than Hotline Miami, released on 2012 by Denathan Games and published by Devolver Digital. Hotline Miami is a top-down action shooter that is extremely rich in story, gore, and absolute hardcore style. The game is so fucking hardcore that I can't even write anything on the background information other than the fact that the game is pure eye candy, with great gore, despite the graphic style being in pixels, and an insane soundtrack. The game's success inspired many to begin developing video games, contributing to an increase in indie game releases throughout the 2010s. Many of these games took inspiration from Hotline Miami, often incorporating similar narrative themes, gameplay mechanics, or soundtracks. To me, Hotline Miami is not just a video game. It's a deep psychological dive into the barbaric and prehistoric nature of mankind, and it really stretches the limit of the human psyche. Because what you witness in Hotline Miami is not just a work of fiction, but it is in fact horror that mankind is capable of. Anyways, story. You play the game as the average Florida man who hears voices on a daily basis. The game is about you getting mysterious phone calls from people telling you what to do, where to do it, and how to do it. And the only thing they give you is a rubber mask of a chicken. Now, talking about this game's story without spoilers would be a massive pain in the ass. So this is your spoiler warning. You play as Jacket, and the entire first half of the game is told through dreams that you have while you were in a coma, because you were shot in the head. Why were you shot in the head? Because there is an organization by the name of 50 Blessings that calls insane war veterans, such as yourself, and tells them to go to Russia mobsters in cryptic messages and take them out. They also took control over the phone company to hide their traces. Not only that, but they make you indirectly kill corrupt politicians that were present in these places you were cleaning up. The reason and motive is that they want to take over the government and make up their own new rules. Something that will be discussed in the Hotline Miami 2 video. That aside, every mask you see has its own human name, and every mask you see has its own person behind it, which has its own story, its own character, and in some cases, its own comic. The story of Hotline Miami is all over the place, because of the fact that the narrator of the game is not completely trustworthy because he is in a coma, and everything you see was his dreams remembering what happened while he was in that coma. And the other character you play as for like 3 missions is on more drugs than John McAfee on an average Wednesday afternoon. So what you see in the game is not entirely the truth, and you have to put together snippets of the game and memorize each date the game gives you to understand the chronological order of events of this game. If we take a look at when the events of Hotline Miami 2 happens, it happens before, after, and within the events of Hotline Miami 1. And it helps you understand and make sense of whatever the fuck is going on within the game world. But let's be real with each other. The story of Hotline Miami 1 is not the reason people played Hotline Miami. The main reason people were pulled into this game is the gameplay. Hotline Miami gameplay is the equivalent on being 5 lines of cocaine while electronic music is blasting through your ears. You don't know what's going on, you don't know what is happening, but you think you're enjoying the fuck out of it, and you are starting to see a pattern. A pattern that you keep improving at, a pattern that you want to perfect. As mentioned before, Hotline Miami is a top-down action shooter, and the pace of the game can be completely determined by the player. It can be a very slow, tactical shooter, or it can be faster than the speed of sound, with you running in the speed of light and clearing every room in the matter of seconds, because you memorize where everything is and where everything should be. The recklessness playstyle is awarded at the end of each mission the player completes. Each high score you get unlocks new weapons and new masks. All of them make every level feel different and unique, because every mask comes with its own ability. Some of these can be as simple as you can look 5 meters further to punching the fuck out of everyone and killing them in one punch. The gameplay is extremely adrenaline-inducing, and the more you play the game, the better you will be at inventing your own strategies and coming up with your own ideas on how to clear certain levels. Every level is unique and has its own unique layout and style, and its own unique decorations and things laying around that you can use to your own advantage, and door layouts that you can use to your own advantage. There are multiple videos on YouTube on people clearing certain levels in record times, and people completing levels with the highest combo possible. I find the game extremely enjoyable to the point where I wanted to record gameplay to use for this video, and I ended up beating the game in like an hour and a half, and completely forgetting that I was recording anything. The game offers a variety of guns and melee weapons to choose from that are dropped by enemies and can be found on the map, and a variety of masks that gives you unique approaches to every mission, which gives the game insane replayability value, and the gameplay of this game is the main reason why everyone talked about it, and the main reason why everyone still talks about it, and why it's so popular. In conclusion, Hotline Miami is an indie game that has set a very high bar for other indie games on the market. And it is also the game that can be easily recognized by anyone who likes indie games. The soundtrack of the game is absolutely insane, which as usual I used as background music for this video. The game is available on GOG Games, and it is also available on Steam. I highly recommend you check it out, since it's not a very long game. I also want to make another video like this on Hotline Miami 2, which is a lot more rich in story and has improved a lot on the gameplay elements and actually gives you a lot more context on what's going on in the first game. But my editing skills and my script writing skills are not nearly as good as I want them to be, so I will probably delay the Hotline Miami 2 video for now until I work on other small projects that I want to make. Other than that, more content to come, so stay tuned and see you in the next one.